Here we are. Hello, and welcome to session 14 of Novels and Nightmares. My name is Mint, my pronouns are he, they, and I am the DM.
My name's Ariel, my pronouns are also he, they, and I play our cowboy.
He said it while you were moving so much.
A cowboy named Zakkas Austem. River.
I'm River. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Lunan, silly little druid. The boy. Period.
My name is Braeden. My pronouns are he, him. I play Tomalton TinkerTat. TinkerTat's one-stop shop for all your tinkering wants and needs. Tinkering. It's what I do. And I'm just a little guy.
My name is Sarah. I play T the Tiefling. My pronouns are she, her, and T's pronouns are also she, her. And this is Pumi.
Look at her!
Aww.
Pumi, say hi.
Unlike someone.
I would like everyone to think about what she looks like and just keep that in mind for an NPC that might pop up later.
What, the cat?
Yes, the cat.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with Puma, but I just realized that she looks exactly like the description that I wrote for this NPC. Cool. Who would like to do a recap of last session?
You know who wants to.
I never said I wanted to, but I'll do
No, you do.
You know who's gonna.
I can tell by the look in your eyes you secretly want to.
Alright.
Ooh, that felt a little weird.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
Last
You can
time.
tell
Basically, we didn't. Again, not a lot happened last time. We.
Remember when Mint told us to pick up the pace and then we did not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to try and do that more this time?
Whose
I-
fault was that last time, Braeden?
Yeah, I
Weird.
fell asleep. It's no one's fault but your own.
I know, I was gonna say, remember how River fell asleep?
Yeah, I carried. I just didn't do anything.
Oh God.
So did we leave the town last time, or did we do that the session before?
I think
we left the town.
I think you left the town last
Yeah, because
session.
I think that took a while too.
Yeah.
So we left. Yes, we did, because we talked to Sarah afterwards. Yeah. So we left.
Oh, I remember.
Do
We
you wanna do
saw the
some
little
recap?
kid. We saw the little kid.
Start at the beginning.
All right. So
The entire session, there was a little kid. That's all you need to know.
we left T's
Yeah.
hometown. T said her goodbyes to her family, her friends, and we got on the road, and we got on all of our horses and did all of our fun little things. And on our way into town, we heard a little bit of noise in the bushes, so we hopped down to investigate to find a very large orcish woman, right? She's not half orc.
Correct.
Orcish woman who was picking flowers with her axe, and she led everybody into town to go meet. What would you call Ola?
She's the paladin that's sort of the, like, protector of the town, essentially.
The cop of the town. The sheriff, but like worse.
I'm
Sheriff, but religion.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was gonna say the real protector. The lesbians.
Yes.
Not the cops.
Not the cop.
The lesbians.
Correct.
And so we found out when we got there, Thea actually went ahead and we saw Thea there getting basically reamed by Olva, I believe, because of like, when are these people gonna be here? I have to host and blah blah blah, and Thea was not having any of it. And I was about to mouth off to her when the gang arrived and introduced themselves. Olva did not like any of them.
Shocking.
And did Jack come in right then?
I think there was pretty
did
much.
anything. Yeah,
Pretty
okay.
much.
So then they decided that they had a little bit of time before they were to meet up with Olva for dinner. And so they kind of, went their separate ways. Zach and Thea had a discussion because Zach figured out that Thea's girlfriend was Zach's calling her his girlfriend. Was the orcish lady that we met on the outside of town. And so he...
Sponge.
Yes. And so he mocked her relentlessly, as usual. And then they set to leave, unfortunately making the poor decision of leaving Tomalton on his own. Which Zach warned him a lot to not fuck around because he was going to find out, and he did anyway. So that's on Zach for leaving him.
As did the British Parliament. So let's move on.
Fair enough. So before they left, this adorable little half-orc guy with his Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I do want to clarify, I did not mean the Parliament, I meant the Prime Minister. That's my bad.
Of course.
It was an important distinction.
It's true. So this adorable little half-orc guy with his little sword came running up to Olva and was like, "Mom, I hit a tree and fruit fell on my head." And he was so proud of himself. Olva completely blew him off. And Zach immediately was like, "That's my kid. That's my kid now." And so he and everybody else followed him back outside, and Zach let him use his axe to hit some more stuff out of the tree, and so he got more fruit that fell on his head. And then Zach pulled out a little wooden shield out of his backpack, and gave it to Jack, is his name. And he was so excited, and that's basically where we left off with them. TinkerTat, on the other hand, decided that he was going to sneak into Olva's house to figure out what she was about. He was unable to do so successfully, triggered an alarm. Thea and Sponge were upstairs, totally not fully occupied. Thea ran downstairs and had a conversation with TinkerTat about, "Hey, fucking leave. Don't do that." And he listened, I think. And that's about where we were, and it was about dinner time.
Yes. So yeah, as we left off, the bells in the temple in the center of town were chiming, indicating that it was just about time for you all to head to Olva's house so you all can have dinner together. Yeah, most of you are still sort of near the center of town with Jack.
Jack taking us back to the house.
Yes, that is correct. So, Jack, who is Olva's son, is leading you all back to his house, except for Tat, who is already near the house. And Thea and Sponge already went back inside. As you all are heading back toward the house, and also separately Tat by yourself, can you all please make me perception checks?
La la la. That's my rolling song.
Did you say also me or except me?
Also you, yes, separately.
Man, I got a 1.
You said investigation?
Perception, please.
I'm sorry. I was being wishful.
He said that with his whole chest, too.
It doesn't matter. That's a dirty 20.
Cool.
13.
13. 12. Tat. Before I tell you what you see, I'm gonna have you make me a history check real quick.
Yeah. History, mon ami.
I will also, for you, allow investigation, if you would like.
Well, I just got a natural 20 on that history check, so I'm
Okay.
gonna say I'm okay.
Cool. You are. It's just you. You're the only one outside on the road, in front of this house. You've sort of wandered away a little bit so that you're not sort of like caught, right in front of the entrance. You're sort of looking around, passing by, not directly near you, but you just sort of see him walking on the road, sort of deeper into town. You see this half orc. He's got like short, dark green hair. He's about like 7 feet tall, and he has like monk wrappings around his hands, fists, wrists. You've never seen this person before. However, with a nat 20 in your history check, as you see him walk by, you recall, I believe it was in your interrogation of Rillatar, he gave you the description of a few very high up members of the Unwritten. And you recall the description of a man named Tegan, who is about 7 foot tall, half-orc monk with short green hair.
Hey, I still have my invisibility cloak on, right?
Yes, you do. Yeah, because you didn't take it down.
Out of curiosity, can I just shout out Tegan?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
I'm gonna do that.
You yell the name Tegan, and you see him stop in his tracks and have a very confused look on his face as he sort of gets into almost like a ready stance, as if he's expecting to be attacked or surprised or something. He just appears prepared as he sort of looks around him. Make me a stealth check with advantage.
It's a 28.
Cool. He got a 2. He does not. He is unable to find the source of the voice, and after sort of standing for a moment and looking around, trying to place where that came from, he sort of like settles, but clearly still has that like tense, ready to jump into action at any moment, as he sort of keeps looking around himself as he then continues deeper into town.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right.
That's kind of it.
Nice. Sexy. And I'm gonna have. Okay, that one. And then out of the 3 of you, who got the highest perception?
I got a 12.
You got a 12.
13.
13. Okay. And then River,
Yeah, I
you
got a
You
1.
got a 1.
So, I didn't see shit.
There's some real interesting rocks on these roads.
Yeah, that checks out.
There's some good rocks. T with a 13. You also give me a history check, please.
With advantage?
Since this isn't research, it's just trying to recall information, just a regular straight roll.
Okay. $22.
Okay. You see this is not somebody that you oh, I told you the wrong roll. That's actually my bad. I wanted an insight, not a history.
Oh.
But you can keep the same roll. if you would like, and just adding your insight modifier instead of your history modifier.
Okay, 21 then.
21? Okay, cool. Yeah, this is not a person that you've seen before. It is not a person you have ever heard described. But you see this tabaxi woman who has very, like, dark black fur and yellow eyes and is very, like, tall, sort of, like, sleek, wearing very, like, wizard-like robes. So imagine Puma standing up, wearing clothes. You see her sort of cross your path almost, and she sort of turns to look at you all for a moment, and then continues looking forward, and then has just the slightest look on her face of, what? And then, like, slowly turns back to glance between you all again. Specifically, her eyes pause on Baron.
Oh, shit.
And then you see her eyes sort of narrow, and her, like, pupils that had been, like, wide in, like, investigating just sort of narrow as she just sort of stares you all down for a moment before turning her head again and continuing to walk away.
When that happens, because it's a little bit different than, like, seeing a person in a crowd, can I roll something?
Yeah, you can roll perception.
Fucking ball sack.
Ooh,
Zach
okay.
is talking to Jack.
Cool. Baron got a nat 20 though, so he, on seeing this person do this, sees this happen, and Zach, as he is walking next to you, you feel him just sort of like grab your arm, and is trying to do it as like subtly as possible, and is still like walking forward, but he is gripping your wrist.
Can I make an insight check?
Yes.
Can I roll? Please! I'm having a bad day! Let me be! 11.
What are you trying to tell with your insight?
Just what he's doing, because I don't want Zach to be like, what?
He... That's the look that you all saw.
Can somebody please go and make a screen cap of that? Oh, that was the best.
Paid actress.
She's doing so good.
She's working for her EGOT.
She deserves it.
And now she just showed her ass to the camera.
Puma.
This is not OnlyFans, Puma. Stop it.
Would that be called Only Cats?
Oh,
No, that's that's another website. Don't look it up.
oh no, Rivy, don't do that.
Also, like, unrelated, River, you look so cozy right now.
I'm a cozy little boy.
Good.
Why? No, the closed captions said, "and a recorded little boy."
That's another story. All right.
That's another website.
No. No.
Anyway.
No. No.
Anyway.
Braeden, can you go spray him? Water.
Whew. Anyway,
You got what, an 11 insight?
Yeah.
You just can tell a sense of urgency, and this is like an anxious grip. So you don't know what the hell is happening, but you know something's wrong. He is not looking at you. Also, he is looking like straight forward with slightly widened eyes as you all continue to just walk.
Zach is gonna keep looking at Jack, and not turn and be like, "Can I help you there, Bear?"
He is. The grip tenses even more, if possible, and he goes, "Not right now. Give me a minute." And as you all continue to walk toward the house, as you have walked a little bit of distance and you're sort of starting to round the corner behind the temple, so that tabaxi is definitely sort of out of earshot, out of view. He loosens his grip, turns to you, lifts up his wrists that still have the bracelets and magic binding on them, and says, "You need to take these off right now."
Inside of 18.
Nat 20 for his persuasion, or his performance, excuse me. He is scared. He seems scared, and this does not seem like some sort of trick or some sort of ploy to do something. This seems like something urgent and important.
Okay, Zach would know how to take off the bindings, correct?
Yes. You do have to roll a check for it, but
Yeah.
yes.
Alright, I'll do that. Is it... What kind of check is it?
Are you going to try and force them off, or are you going to try and would you like to use sleight of hand or strength?
Would strength, like, break them?
No.
Okay, it is strength, for sure.
Strength? Okay, cool.
So, athletics.
Straight strength.
That's a 2.
You go to tug on the bracelets and they do not budge.
Son of a bitch. 4. Fuck you. Natural 20.
Okay.
Yay!
You tug, and third time's the charm, and you are able to finally yank both of the bracelets off. His wrists are like a little bit rubbed raw now, but he's like, "Thank you. I cannot tell you everything that I would like to tell you at this exact moment, but there is a person here, and if they know that you know about my shit, then she'll know." Do you know what I mean?
I get the picture.
So we'll just pretend that those bracelets are still on and everything's still the same, everything's all good. But if for some reason anything happens and I can't cast magic and the person that I just saw sees that that's a thing, they will get very suspicious and then it will just snowball. So it probably will be fine and won't come up, but better safe than sorry.
Alright. I'm putting my faith in you. If you do anything funny, I will strike you dead.
Right.
Make an insight check on that.
That's a 3.
Zach is serious. And he's gonna say, "Are we in danger?" And he's gonna look at Jack.
I will be perfectly honest. I don't know. I don't know why she's here. And don't know if she's gonna try and start shit or what. I may end up getting some sort of message and I might have to sneak off for a tiny bit to go and talk to somebody to keep up appearances. But I genuinely don't know.
Jack, would you like a piggyback ride?
You see his eyes light up. Hey!
Alright, we'll climb aboard.
He's like trying to figure out, he's got his little wooden sword in one hand and his shield in the other, and he's like trying to, he like puts his little sword like in his belt, he gets his shield in the one hand, he starts like trying to climb up your back. He's not doing a great job.
Zach will go.
Can I lift him up and like throw Zach's back?
Absolutely you can. Make me a real quick athletics check. And he will give you the help action, so you have advantage.
Oh no! Oh no!
Your camera!
I like piggyback rides. Can I have one next?
Absolutely, Lunan. You know what? Do you want to climb on right now? I can carry you both.
No, but speaking of carrying things, hey, can someone carry these rocks? I seem to have picked up a lot and my hands have run out of room. Lunan also is fully holding, like, a lot of rocks.
You can put them in my pack.
Okay.
Everybody's just weighing down Zach as much as possible.
Yeah.
I sure hope you don't have to run or anything.
I dump all the rocks in his bag so that I have free hands to pick up more.
God damn it, Lunan. What the fuck?
Lunan, roll me a d20.
Oh, God, okay.
Oh no.
I got a 12.
Okay.
No. No.
Rocks.
What was I rolling?
You are doing an athletics check with advantage because Jack is going to give you the help action to lift him up on Zach's back.
This should be fun.
$11.
11. Okay. So you go up to this half-orc kid. I was about to say little half-orc, but he's taller than Tat. And so like he's young, but like he's a pretty big boy. And you go to sort of like lift him up, and you have a little bit of a struggle, but he does a little like hop to try and help, and between the two of you, you sort of manage to get him mostly up Zach's back, and then he sort of like crawls his way up the rest of the way. So he ends up right sitting on your shoulders, Zach.
Good.
And he pulls his little sword back out from his belt and holds it forward and is like, onward!
Aww.
I don't want kids, but I want Jack.
Thank God.
Alright.
Cool. So you all just head straight back for the house.
Mm-hmm.
Tat, are you doing anything in the meantime? It'll just be like a few minutes before they end up there. Are you just gonna wait at the house?
I'm just gonna wait. I
Cool.
think. I don't see any reason not to.
Just like a minute or two before the rest of the party gets there, Thea and Sponge come back downstairs again, looking less disheveled than before. They look very, like, much more put together. And you see Sponge walk over to the little, like, alarm that was sort of attached to the door and sort of, like, pull a few things on it, so it is deactivated so that when people walk in, it's not going to start ringing. And they, do you still have your invisibility cloak on?
No, I've taken it off by this point.
Cool. So they both sort of Sponge stays in the house and starts sort of like walking around and like moving some stuff, getting some stuff ready. And Thea sort of walks back out and sort of leans against the house, just near you, not really saying anything, just sort of being in the same space. And she does give you like a little like side eye look that doesn't seem to have much intention of one way or another behind it.
Yeah.
Just sort of gives you a little side eye.
Because if she wanted to kill you, she would have done it already.
Correct. Cool.
No, I just don't know. I mean, I apologize for interrupting. But I did feel that I had to do what I did, and I do apologize.
You really didn't have
I don't know.
Aren't you supposed to be like the sneaky one? I feel like
You know,
wouldn't
even
it make more sense to get in the house and then just look around later when everybody's gone to sleep?
did Picasso not make a wrong brush stroke? Did
Who's that? And your nose starts
Who's
bleeding.
Picasso?
yeah, did the author not misspell the word here and there? Did are mistakes not ever made? No, I don't think so. Was I impatient? Certainly.
Finally.
Finally.
The world is your oyster.
What?
Your oyster. The clam with the boil inside.
Well,
You're gonna get stuck like that.
Was I impatient? Absolutely. But that is not something to be that's not something that is unheard of. So let's just move on.
I can see why you and Zach are friends.
Damn. Also, Sarah, I like your shirt.
Thanks.
It's a fairy tale shirt. Huh? It's a fairy tale shirt.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very good. Yeah. So you two are just sort of just chilling, and she just is. She gives you a sort of shake of her head and a little smile that you have seen her. You haven't, been around her for very long, but you've seen her make that expression towards Zach a few times in the short amount of time that you have known each other. A very sort of like exasperated but endeared look.
Got him.
And
Did I miss anything important?
No.
not particularly. And that is right about when the rest of the party rounds the corner. And actually coming from the other direction, you hear the clinking of armor as Ulva also rounds the corner at the same time, and you all sort of convene in front of the house at once.
Can Zach give Thea a look?
Yes, what would you like to try and convey with the look?
Oh, fuck.
She gives you a look back of like, yeah, I know.
And he's like, no, you don't know.
And she's like,
And he's like, he's gonna go to Baron. Or not his head, to Baron.
you see her sort of like look, trying to figure out what's going on. She looks barren, sort of like up and down, and you see as she sort of comes back up, her eyes pause on his wrists and see the bracelets are not there, and gives you like a what the fuck look.
And how, like, is Ulva, like, in step with them, or would Zach be able to get to Thea first?
Zach would be able to get to Thea first. Yeah, she's coming from the opposite direction and is probably just a little bit behind.
Yeah, so Zach's gonna go up and then he's gonna sit Jack down and be like, all right, I think that you might want to go tell Sponge that we're here.
Sure.
That's the Jack.
Oh, to Jack. Got it. He goes, right. Toddling into the house, and you can hear yelling and clattering as he's in there, as him yelling, Auntie Sponge! And you hear her just go, Jack! And yeah, so he's headed into the house.
Alright. Super fucking long story short, there's somebody in town that knows Baron, and if she knows that we know that he is who he is, then the servant lady's gonna know, and we're fucked. So I had to take off his little wrist things, because if he's not able to cast magic, then she'll know right away. And so basically, I didn't do anything. However, we are fucked. It was not my fault this time.
It's definitely your fault.
How is it my fault?
It's definitely your fault. I don't know how, but it's definitely your fault.
Thea.
If it's not your fault, it's Tat's fault.
Correct.
Oh man, good thing I'm in the clear.
She sort of turns to you, Lunan, and is like, Lunan, you're always in the clear, and like ruffles your hair a little bit.
I don't know
He
that
gives
Lunan's
her-
ever been
he
clear
gives her a
in his
rock.
life.
He gives her a rock.
Yes.
Is it a pretty rock?
Please describe the rock for me.
Okay. So it is a roughly the size of one's palm. It is a not a perfect oval, but definitely close to the spherical shape. It is like once again flat, long, very smooth, but like still gritty texture. Where did Braeden go?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna. I was really half expecting him to come like through the door anyway. That's why I was scared that he hadn't come through yet. And then when I did turn around, there he was. Okay, he's peeing. And as I described this rock, it's definitely larger in size. I feel like in shape it is optimal for stone skipping, but in size it is not. Definitely more of like a paperweight of sorts. It is also a dark grayish with the undertone of a warm blue color.
All right.
It's a good rock. Trust.
It's a good rock. It's an excellent rock. She think it has like a little smile as you hand her this rock and is like, "Thank you, Lunan. It's a good rock."
Thank you. I picked it myself from the ground. And I put more rocks into Zach's bag.
Oh, fuck. Lunan.
You see Thea sort of look through. She has like several pouches like attached to her belt. You see her like start like going to like remember what's in each run. You see her open one up that has several rocks in it already, and drop this one into that pouch as well, and
Perfect.
close it.
That's gonna go. Thea, your hat's on backwards.
Well, I don't need to wear my hat indoors anyway, so she just takes it off as she turns and steps inside the house.
Yeah, Zach, it's called
And is-
style.
And she is giving you a look like, keep your goddamn mouth shut.
So I don't need to have an insight check to know exactly what she was doing.
Correct. Based on that look alone, you can figure it out for sure.
I imagine that he's accidentally walked into that look several times.
Yep. Poor Zach. Cool. So right as Thea turns to walk into the house is when Alva comes up behind you all, and it's like, right, are you all going to just stand around the doorway all day, or are we going to head inside?
No, I'll go inside.
I figured we should get your permission before we walked into your abode.
Right you are. Well, you have my permission, and you are more than welcome to enter, please, after you all.
Zach's gonna bow take his hat off and give a bow and walk inside. But it's a shitty bow.
Yeah. She, would you like to disguise the fact that it's a shitty bow? Would you like to try and make her think it's a correct bow?
No. Okay.
Ooh.
She did a really shitty insight check, so she gives you a sort of nod of approval.
Lunan goes, "For your troubles," and slips a rock into her hands, and then goes inside.
She just gives you a look like, why? Why are you doing this? And just like looks at the rock and turns and just sort of tosses it into the garden next to her.
Lunan cries a little.
I'm gonna give her like a slightly scared look, and then I'm gonna like right behind Zach and like stick close to him, and follow him into the house.
Zach's gonna go to the garden and pick up the rock. Oh, sorry.
I'm like scared of her.
Very valid. Zach's gonna go pick up the rock and he's gonna put it under his hat.
Good. Tat, are you heading in, or are you gonna wait?
Like heading in with everybody else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Cool. Go ahead. Baron stays behind just for a second. And you all don't hear specific words, but you hear what sounds like Baron chatting just outside of the door. And then he walks into the house with his arm linked on Alva's. She looks very confused as to how this happened, and like a little off put. And he's just there, just talking away, chatting, and like turning the charm up to 100. And he looks very proud of himself for being able to sort of like get her to go along with what he wants instead of the opposite that's been happening. Cool. So you all are all in the house now, and yeah, Alva takes a second, and then
Thank you for the gift subs, Echo.
Thank you, Echo. There were so many subscription notifications all at once. I was like, the fuck just happened?
Oh, River, you got a sub.
Surprise. What?
You got a sub. You got a free sub.
Oh my god.
Thank you,
Wait.
Echo. Hell yeah. Anyway, D&D. Alva sort of
And-
like is able to extricate her arm away from Baron and sort of like shakes herself off of the confusion of whatever just happened that she got swept away in, and sort of turns to you all and is like, well, if you all will give me a few moments, dinner will be ready momentarily. You all are more than welcome to have a seat at the table or in the parlor, and we may begin in a moment.
Zach's gonna turn to Baron. You can talk the fucking skin off a cat, can't you?
It's a talent.
I got it.
That is a website. Some Dungeons and Dragons, guys.
Now I don't want to see your browser history, River.
I'm gonna be honest. I just can't stop saying it.
It's like name your sex tape on Booklet 99.
Yeah.
Are you gonna continue talking?
Oh yeah, and Zach was gonna say, you know, I gotta give it to you. That was mighty impressive. She's a brick wall.
Hey, it was. I had to put a lot more effort in than I was wanting to. I was, I was tempted to like magic some charm out of her, but I will not do it if I'll pretend that I can't cast magic right now. Still,
What did you say to her?
I was just complimenting her armor.
And hair on your nose.
Thanks.
Hydrate and posture check.
They have some water. Sit up straight.
My posture's excellent. They gave me an award for it.
Yeah.
Mine's garbage.
I'm gonna go get my water.
River.
You all have to hydrate 4 times.
Everybody take 4 shots.
I'm gonna make you drink so much
Of
water you're
water.
gonna piss yourselves on stream. You know my own. I'll talk to my therapist.
I talked to mine this morning. My pad thai is sad. It's not very good.
Anyway. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it took a bit of effort, but anybody can be charmed.
Normally, I'd say that was bullshit, but I've seen your fucking silver tongue, so I know.
Hey.
Ew. Gross. That's fucking gross, man. Seeing someone's silver tongue.
It's actually a feat that you can take in D&D to have advantage on deception and persuasion.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
I fully understand that. Doesn't mean I like it
However.
any. However,
I thought you
I'm-
meant like feet,
I'm-
like F-E-E-T.
deeply upset by everything that's happening.
That's a website.
We're not showing feet here, we're not for free.
Gotta pay
Icky.
for that.
All right, Echo, 5 more subs. These are coming off.
No.
That's not what we're about.
That's how you get views.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know about
Sex
you guys.
sells.
I'm not willing to sell out for views.
I am.
You know, whatever pays the bills.
So anyway, you all are in the Amvee house. It's gonna be a good probably like 10-15 minutes. Ulva has moved into another room that you can assume is probably the kitchen. And Thea and Sponge are sort of near the like dining room area. They're both talking to Jack. So you all are sort of left to your own devices for the moment. So is there anything that you all would like to do in just these like 10-15 minutes?
I'm gonna go join the conversation. Jack and Sponge.
Cool.
Tat, you have things to tell us?
Do I? Because I think I definitely do.
Okay, I was like, are you not? It's your
called
vibe.
plot.
God.
God, it's called plot, Braeden. Add a little bit of it.
He does
you know,
often too much.
When I, back when I was in art school, they told me I was terrible at plot but great at world building.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, we get it. You went to SCAD. All right, let's move on.
You went to
SCAD?
SCAD?
I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it because Ariel wasn't even around for that shit. and it had bread
You're welcome.
like a contagious disease.
Like,
That's also
So-
a website.
you said it for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I got guys, just a little quick huddle here. I saw this guy. Okay, he's
Oh, you're seeing a guy. How's it going?
Oh, congrats!
Never
so
thought that
lucky.
would happen.
It's a big step to come into yourself. That's a website.
I was observing from a hidden position on the street.
Were you? Really?
And I saw this guy is a half orc, short green hair, about 7 feet ish. He was wearing these monk, kind of wrappings, and he exactly described, he was the picture of what the description we got for Tegan, who is a member of the Unwritten.
Oh, that's not where I expected that to go.
Oh, shit.
Make me an insight check, Tat.
Okay.
Did we get a description of what the cat looked like?
Dirty 20.
You see unmistakable recognition on Baron's face of both the description and the name.
Baron,
I
I just need to tell you something real quick.
Don't move your fingers like
Kick him
that.
in the balls. He doesn't have balls, but
Just get real nice and close. You're the only person I want to hear this, okay?
I don't trust you
No,
as far as I can
No,
go.
no. You're gonna just come right here. I'm gonna whisper this in your ear, okay?
Make me a persuasion check.
This is just getting worse.
please
Persuasion?
Just stick your tongue in his ear.
That's a 4.
That's how you convince him.
A 4.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, I'm good here, actually.
I'm gonna slap him, and I'm gonna say,
Make me an attack roll to slap him, please.
okay.
Look at this guy.
Attack is a little unarmed attack. That's 18.
Shit, that hits.
18. That hits. He takes 1 damage, is what he takes.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a tiny little hand.
Just a little.
It's similar to the way, like an American Girl doll, like her little plastic hand coming up and like, just gently brushing against your face. You're like, ow, that kind of hurt because it's plastic, but it's still a little doll hand.
So just a little. Next time I see you, know what I'm fucking talking about. I want you to fucking speak up. Be a little member of the group, okay?
I didn't know you were into that.
And don't you even fucking pretend like you didn't see, like you didn't fucking know, cause I fucking looked and I fucking knew, okay?
You see, a Tat would not know that Baron has the magic binding bracelets off. but you see just a little bit of like shadow sort of creep on the floor as his shadow like expands just a little bit, and you see some like shadows swirling just a tiny bit around his hands as his eyes get a little bit darker before he sort of takes a breath, composes himself, and I was about to say something. Next time you slap me, magic or not, I will fuck up your shite.
You know, I'd be a lot more intimidated if the last time we went toe to toe, I didn't truly fuck you up. So
Well, last time
I'm
we
really
went
okay.
toe to toe, I was specifically not attacking any of you. So, if you would like to give that another go, I'm happy to do that whenever you're ready.
just fucking say what you gotta say, okay? Because, you know, if we're on the same side here, I would appreciate a little more vocality in your fucking, being in the fucking room, okay? Jesus. Fuck.
Fine. Tegan is a member of the Unwritten. If he is here, and Ada, who is the person that we happened across before, is also here, that's probably an issue. If it was just one of them, I wouldn't be too concerned because they're sort of around doing stuff in a million places all the time. But if both of them are here, they're probably about to start some shite. So, that's not good. The important thing is that we keep up appearances. As far as they know, you all still think that I'm just some guy, and I'm just around you just 'cause. They don't know that you know who I am, or that I'm a prisoner, or whatever you want to call it. So, you all just pretend that you, if we happen across them, just pretend that you don't know who they are, and pretend that you have no idea that we have any sort of connection there. Just for big picture purposes.
DM question. What time of year is it?
It is like late spring.
Oh, okay. That's all. That was more of just a deep me thing than anything else.
Baron, I just want you to know you will never have to worry because you will be nothing more than an average Joe to me. And I give him a rock.
He looks like he's trying to figure out whether he is offended or like touched, and he sort of settles somewhere in between, and it's just like, thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Just don't do anything bad, buddy, okay? We're gonna keep you on the right track. He's gonna pat him on the shoulder.
You know, and I want you to know that in order to regain any amount of trust I ever had for you, it's going to take a lot of fucking work. So just know that I do not trust you, nor do I appreciate you or like you.
I'm surprised you trusted him to begin with.
Glad to know that it goes both ways.
Alright, are you done? Are you two done bitching and moaning?
Never.
I swear to God, there will not be a moment in my entire fucking life where I just all of a sudden stop speaking my mind. So, saloon.
Alright, so you admit you're a bitch.
They lean in and they kiss.
Ooh.
Baron and Dat. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny.
Listen,
man.
at the beginning, Baron tried to fuck.
Absolutely not.
That's my OTP. That's my end game. Sorry, Zakkas. Actually, who am I? Baron has 2 hands.
Fucking
That's a good point.
Jesus. Is it?
Yes. We're in very different campaigns right now, Braeden.
Yeah. Moving on.
Cool. T, you walked away to join Sponge, Thea, and Jack. Is that correct? Cool. You walk up as Jack is sort of going like recounting the events of earlier, and he's like, and then I used this giant axe and I hit the tree and some more fruit fell on my head. He's just excitedly waving around his little shield and his little sword and just going through. And you see, if you look at Sponge, you see that she just looks so happy and so like excited as she is in this conversation with her nephew. And you see Thea also in the conversation is staying there, spending most of her time watching Sponge watch Jack rather than necessarily actively paying attention to Jack. And she has a very similar, just enamored look on her face.
I'm gonna say to Jack, you might want to keep that giant axe a secret from your mother, from your mommy. Whatever, however, how do you call his mother?
He calls her Mom.
Mom. Okay.
Mom. Mom.
And he's like, right, she doesn't like it when I play with sharp things. She says that I'm not ready for that yet, but someday I'm gonna get my own giant axe.
Good job.
Yeah. Anything else in particular that you want to have happen in that conversation, or just mostly?
Can orcs learn? What is he? Half orc? Can half
He's
orcs
half-orc.
learn spells?
Absolutely, any race can learn spells.
Okay.
So he is, and I would say he is, essentially, he is going to be a paladin. So he might maybe have like 1 level in paladin. And paladins can do some spells. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him, make sure you study your spells too.
Right. Yes. My mom said that it's very important that I learn to do stuff so that I can help support the community. So I'm gonna need to learn how to do ceremonies at some point, and I also need to learn how to heal people so that if anybody needs help, I can help them out.
Well, healer's always good for an adventuring group too. So.
Oh, well, Mom says I'm not allowed to do that.
Well, maybe when you're older.
No,
When you're older, you can decide.
No, I have to stay here.
Absolutely not.
Mom
No.
says that somebody has to protect the town always, and since, and he sort of gives like a little look to Sponge, since none of her other siblings decided to stay paladins and like support the family line, it's up to her, and since it's up to her, it's up to me, because I'm the only kid. For now. Probably. I don't know. How does that work, by the way? Hey, where do kids come from?
Oh my God.
And he sort of is looking between all three of you as Sponge just goes like, not ready to have this conversation. And Thea is
When I
like,
figure out, I will tell you.
That's fucking funny.
um,
That's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
T, is that a true statement, or is that a, like, saying a thing to a little kid statement?
Half true, half saying things to a little kid.
You don't know where babies come from?
T's
Of course
only
not.
18. I mean, yeah, T should know.
T should know.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, hey, do we need to have a conversation?
T should
Pause
know.
the stream. Do we need to have a talk?
Do we need to bring out
The diagram.
diagrams?
Oh no, God.
It's
Not
Peter
again.
all over again. Oh God. Jesus Christ.
Peter.
We, in another campaign that we play, I play a barbarian who is incredibly stupid and does not know what sex is.
Been there.
Oh.
And we had a whole 20-minute conversation educating Peter. Anyway, we'll assume that T at least slightly knows. So go ahead and make me a deception check. And I will give you advantage because he is who he is and he trusts you. You have to beat a 1.
Oh, then 18. Yeah.
Yeah. So he looks at you and he gets a very like determined expression on his face, and he's like, I will try my best to figure it out, and then I will report back to you.
Good job, buddy.
I'm gonna go ask Mom. He's
Oh
like
my God.
heading toward the kitchen.
I love him so much. That's just for later. Love that little guy. He's the best of us.
So he disappears into the kitchen for a few minutes.
Does Olva yell at him for asking that question?
Make me a perception check. 10. You don't hear any sort of noise coming from the kitchen. Alright, anything, any stuff to do before we head to dinner?
Grab another drink.
I burned the house down.
Oh my God.
No!
Jesus fucking Christ.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna talk to Sponge and say, Alva's to him, isn't she?
Can you repeat that one more time? You cut out.
Alva's pretty strict to him, isn't she?
She is a bit. I mean, she means well, and she wants what's best for him, but you know, the fact that he's around is really the only reason I ever come back here, to make sure that, you know, he gets a good bit of fun in as much as possible. And he's a good kid. He's a really good kid.
Seems like a good kid.
Yes.
It sounded like a duck.
Toby's upset. He's been locked out of the room.
Cool. Then we are going to head to the dinner phase. So we will sort of hand wave most of this. What I would like is for any of you to just let me know if there are any conversation subjects that you would like to make sure get discussed at all at dinner, and if not, then we can just hand wave a lot of it. But if there's anything in particular that somebody wants to bring up during this dinner, now is the time to let me know.
I think that Zach is actively not participating, but he's kind of keeping an eye because everything started to happen all at once, and so he's keeping an eye. He also does not like Olva, and he knows that if he starts talking, he's gonna cause some shit.
Keeping an eye on
Olva.
Is the food good?
Yes, it's a good, delicious, hearty stew with some good bread.
How did I know
Perfect.
that's what you're gonna say?
I don't know.
I'm gonna ask Olva about her job and why the town needs protection.
Okay.
That's a great fucking question, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, as you ask that, you're all sort of sitting down. You've had the basic beginning pleasantries of eating food, and it's been a little quiet for a while. You see her. She's taken off her armor now, so she's just wearing plain, simple tunic and pants. But you see her. She had sort of leaned over a little bit, over her bowl, and you see her posture straighten up. She just sort of puffs her chest with pride as she's well. And starts to sort of explain to you a bit of the history. She's well, this town, a very long time ago, was filled with crime and poverty, and was constantly being attacked by bandits, and there were a great many unsavory characters here, and my great grandmother reached out to the god Helm, or Bliss, and sought her favor, essentially, and was granted it. And Bliss tasked her with keeping this town protected and keeping it safe for all of the people in it, and ensuring that all of the citizens are safe and happy and will always have someone around to help them when they are in need. And so, since then, every Amvee in the family line, with a few exceptions, and she sort of gives a slight side eye to Sponge as she says this.
Fuck her!
Has
That
been
fucked up.
has been a paladin of Bliss who has protected this town and all of its citizens and dedicated our lives to the service of helping others. So now this town prospers, and we have a great many thriving businesses and trades, and I am essentially in charge of, firstly, of protection and making sure that there's nothing shady going on in the town, and making sure that there are no attackers from outside of the town, and as well as helping on the day-to-day basis with things that the community needs. So I have many facets to my job, and I also, of course, provide, any sort of religious counseling that may be needed if there are any sort of advice and people want to contact Bliss in any way. I perform a great many ceremonies, be they weddings or funerals, and I do everything that I can to assist the people of the town.
Zach is being so immature in the corner. He's sighing, he's rolling his eyes, he's making the universal symbol.
Are you trying to hide this at all?
Not well.
Well, she rolled really low on her perception, so
she's fully in the fucking Kool-Aid right now, lost in the sauce. Zach is acting like a 10-year-old. He's like, this is fucking bullshit. She sucks. Fuck her. He's also watching Thea closely to see how she's reacting to the blatant sponge slander.
Go make me an insight check.
Can I have it with advantage because...
Sister, yes, you may.
Because sister.
18.
Cool. It would be very difficult for anybody else to tell, but you can see her jaw is set, and she has a very specific look in her eyes. You have seen Thea kill people before. That is the same look that is in her eyes right now, and you can see her jaw is tense and her hand is just clenched on her spoon. She is not actively eating, but is just holding her spoon above her bowl. Anybody who wants to may also make an insight check on Sponge.
Where is Thea sitting in relation to Zach?
Thea is sitting right next to Sponge, and I think probably directly across from Zach.
Am I seeing Thea make these,
Go ahead and make me an insight check.
Zach's gonna, tap his foot to hers.
She sort of looks up.
20. So
20?
yeah, I am.
So yes, you see the same thing. And yeah, as the tap on her foot, she sort of looks up and makes eye contact with you, and is just...
And that's when he's making that motion.
You see her jaw relax just a little bit as she lets out a little sort of scoff of almost a laugh. And you see a very slight appreciative look on her face that she needed a moment of levity. Was anybody making an insight check on Sponge?
I got a 1.
You got a 1? She seems great.
I'm lost in this super sauce.
It's good stew.
19.
The soup.
19. When Ulva says that remark of everyone in the Amvee line, with a few exceptions, have been paladins, you see Sponge just sort of look down, and she is a very big person. You see her sort of just shrink into herself. And it looks like she doesn't look surprised at this statement. She looks sort of resigned and almost ashamed.
Well, that sounds like a very noble profession that you were tasked to, but I'm sure some people, it just doesn't work for some people, and it does work for others, and each person needs to find their own path.
Yes, certainly there are some people who are definitely not up to the task.
Jesus. That was in
Among
character.
Us.
That was in character.
That was in character. I want that to be abundantly clear.
She turns to look at you and goes, "Excuse me."
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking about this time when one of my family members, fucking despised me, and I was just that was hurting me on the inside, because you bring something, just kind of like, flips a switch in your head, little things like, oh, you see a pebble and you go, oh my god, I can't believe my fucking sister hated me. And it's just shit like that. Then, it just, it so I was, I mean, it wasn't anything you did.
Oh, was it about all those rocks that your friend has been passing around?
Do my
Yeah.
rocks remind you of your sister who hates you?
Now tell me, what does that have to do with Helm and getting the mail? Like, I don't understand. Baby Jesus and cake.
Sorry, what?
It's an inside joke.
Okay.
Was that posed
had to be there, I guess.
to Alpha or to Tat?
Ulva, like, what the rocks have to do with this?
Well, he said that when you see a pebble, it reminds you of certain things, so I assumed...
No.
just
I
referencing.
wasn't, when I said pebble, I was taking some, like, oh, look, a button, a pebble, crossbow. You look, you see something, it reminds you of something else. That's what I'm saying. You look at something, it triggers, and you start thinking of that thing, of when a family member hated you because you didn't fulfill your duty. Things like that.
Well, it was a very odd choice of words. Maybe choose them better next time.
Fine.
Oh, fuck.
You
yeah?
are the thing that reminded him of that.
Excuse me.
Oh my god, I can't believe it wasn't me.
He's been sitting there stewing in the corner, and nothing bothers him more than when somebody makes his sister upset. Like, that is his favorite person in the world.
You feel Thea, like, kick you in the shin. She gives you a look like, don't. Please set me a DC for persuasion for her.
Persuasion for...
To convince you to stop.
Okay.
That is going to be an 18.
Yeah.
So yeah, she gives you a very intense, like, do not do this, leave it alone, kind of communicated just through her eyes.
Zach's gonna stare down on his stew.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say purple knuckle his spoon because he's blue.
Instead of white knuckle.
Lunan, to break the silence, is gonna be like, guys, I don't remember much. Nothing reminds me of everything. I'm a blank slate. This soup is delicious, though.
That's fucking funny.
Oh, it must be nice not to have any memories.
Wow, this soup is delicious. Am I right?
I'm gonna say Jack is sitting right next to you, Lunan, and he's already almost completely finished his bowl and takes one last, like, really loud slurp, and it's like, yeah, it's great.
This kid, yes, it. Anyone play rocks?
Play rocks?
And Lunan puts a rock on the table. What a dinner. Never have family dinners like this, guys.
Wait, can we have rocks be a game that we've actually played before, please?
You know what? Yes. I will. Would you like it to be a game that like Lunan and T have come up with that they've played before, or would you like
Yeah.
anybody else
Yes.
involved? Just the two of you. Very sexy. So T, you know exactly what Lunan's talking about.
I pull a rock out of my bag and place my rock on the table.
And then on the count of 3, Lunan goes 1, 2, 3, rocks, and he slams on the table, and then they switch rocks.
What is everybody's passive perception?
Let me look.
Is Olva a fire-breathing dragon at this moment?
Now,
14.
my passive perception is 11, but my passive investigation is 20.
That's not what perception and
perception is an
investigation
11,
are
correct?
different.
Yeah, my passive investigation is, or my passive my passive perception is 11. My
Okay.
passive investigation, however, is a 20.
That's
Well,
great.
is that
I
perception?
don't need your investigation right now.
No.
Woo-hoo, I wanted to be abundantly clear that if there was a nice little substitute for any reason,
That's good.
Mine's 11, but can I make an argument for passive insight? Because it is different than investigation.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I need
Oh,
your
I
perception.
know.
Mine's 15.
15. T.
14.
Lunan, you.
Yeah, just the big guy.
fucking did
You
not.
and Thea,
Okay, we're
right
in this
about
together.
at the same time. You're looking at your rock. Thea has sort of like placed her spoon on the table, and you notice your rock start to like shake just a little bit. And you see Thea sort of snap her head down and look at her spoon very intently.
Are we on a ley line? That's where earthquakes happen, right?
You, however, do not feel any sort of movement or vibration in the chair that you're sitting on or under your feet. If your hands are placed on the table, however, you can feel it moving just a little bit.
I feel the earth move.
I really is that.
Do you do or say anything about this?
What if I just said no? No, I'm kidding.
You could.
I'm gonna kind of like stare at the rock and I'm be like, okay, guys, I know I say some weird things sometimes, but you're gonna have to put that aside. Is this rock moving by itself?
And as you say it, Thea's like, no, something is wrong.
Oh,
This
okay,
table
phew,
is
thank God.
moving. Everybody, grab your soup if you would like. Stand up and get the fuck away from the table.
I pick up my soup.
I definitely pick up my fucking soup.
I pick up my soup and my rock.
Cool. So how I have this sort of in my head in terms of placement, Olva is at the head of the table.
Oh God.
On the right side, which is closest to the door and windows, we have Tat, T, Baron, Zach. I gotta write down what I'm saying so I don't forget. On the opposite side, what did I say? Tat, T, Baron, Zach. On the opposite side, we have. That's all of you. On the opposite side, we have Lunan, Jack, Sponge, and Thea. So you all back away from the table. Those of you who are near the windows at this point, if you would like, can make me perception checks.
Am I near a window?
Tat, T, Baron, and Zach are all near the windows.
Cool. So I'm gonna be making a perception. It's gonna make a little perception. Here we go. That's pretty bad. That's a 6.
Dear.
I'm very sorry.
It's fine. I got a 1.
God, you guys are fucking useless.
I know.
Jesus fuck.
I got
12.
yeah.
You glance outside the window. You see that tabaxi woman that had walked by your path earlier,
God
standing right outside the window.
Oh
with
god, that's so
her,
fucking bad.
Paws sort of outstretched, and is clearly casting some form of spell.
My fucking soup!
Do you say something, T?
There's a weird lady outside pointing at our thing doing some kind of magic. And she's ruined my soup.
And she's ruined my soup.
Could you all please roll initiative?
God.
Oh, come on.
Oh come on, we're playing D&D.
Oh man.
Did
God,
I
always
say
making
last
us
session that Zach was
roll
not wearing his armor?
things
I think
and like
Did
play this
say that.
stupid game.
neither is
15.
Olva.
15.
That is correct.
15.
Guys, if I ever again say Zach's not wearing his armor, say shut up, he's wearing his armor, and I'll be like, okay.
He's always wearing his armor.
Well, it's
What
too
are you
late this
talking
time. But
I've never heard Zakkas about not wearing armor. So.
he said it like 4
I
or 5
think he doesn't wear
times.
clothes under his armor, so he has to wear all the time, or else he's naked.
No, his
That's
dick
my
is not
head.
swinging. He's got his little pants and his little tank top.
Oh, come on. Shit.
Come on.
What's that about Zach's dick?
Yeah.
No, that he's... I don't know that he's not naked. I don't... Man, I don't fucking know. I got a 21.
21.
Yurt. 21.
Did you say yurt?
Yes.
Okay.
Why are you being judgmental?
I'm
Short
not being
man.
What the fuck? Oh, I'm taller than you in real life.
Yeah, and you're a cis man. I have a vagina. It was my demons winning. I realized as soon as it left my mouth.
That was my demons.
Am I rolling a d20?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that how I do initiative?
And then your initiative bonus should be near the top of your character sheet.
11.
11.
Sorry, Lana's alive.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yay!
I'm gonna do the rest of initiative stuff after we take a break, but before we do so, just for a little fun cliffhanger, you are all you've just leapt back from the table, looked out the window, and seen this tabaxi woman casting, and as you all prepare yourselves, the table in the center of the room begins to spring to life
What the fuck?
and seems to be able to sort of move its legs and starts like moving back and forth in a sort of like getting ready to fight stance. you also hear some clattering in the kitchen, which you know no one is in right now. And we will properly enter combat after the break.
Can I slam on the window first and go, hey,
Hold
we
on,
were
hold on.
eating?
Hold on.
We are on a break.
You can do whatever you would like to do
After
once we
the
come back from the break.
Okay.
Alright, we will be right back.
We will.
And welcome back. We are back. Hello. Alright, so we are just going to leap right into combat. So you are all standing in the Amvee house around this table as it springs to life. Out of the people that are here, first up in initiative is actually going to be Thea.
How the fuck does she have a high dex?
She doesn't. She got a nat 20.
Oh. She beat me. I got a 19 on the die.
So she is going to. Oh, did I prepare Dispel Magic? I did. She is going to cast Dispel Magic on this table. And let me see if
Did you just make your own life easier?
I made your guys' life a tiny bit easier. Maybe.
Oh, I was gonna light the table on fire.
Succeed on
Arson.
It's not too late.
Arson, killing, and murder.
And I actually didn't make anything easier because the table got a nat 20 on its con save. So, Thea, who is already distracted by just being ready to fucking murder Ulva, quickly takes stock of what is happening, goes to dispel the magic that's been cast on this table, and is just a little bit too pulled in too many directions.
Can I be rules, Larry?
Yeah.
Isn't Dispel Magic you have to roll a certain number to see if the spell works?
If targeted by dispel magic, you
Oh.
will not succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Never mind.
Checkmate, liberal.
So the table is unaffected, and Thea. That is going to be her action, and for the rest of her turn, she is just going to move over to Jack, and as her bonus action, like, scoop him up and prepare to try and, like, head out the back door of the house. And will turn to the rest of you and be like, take care of this shit.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
I'm on it.
So next up is going to be Lunan.
Yay. Okay. So the windows where she was, are they like made of glass or are they like open?
They are made of glass.
Can I can I go through the window? So I'm outside as like a move action.
Sure.
Okay.
Just to make sure that you have all of the information, there is a door right next to the
that's
windows.
close. Then I'll go out the door.
You also are more than welcome to go out the window if you want to.
Well,
Make
okay.
sure you know that there is a door.
No, okay, but okay. Just so that we're clear. for the sake of me getting out there and doing a spell, okay. Could I try to go out the window first? If it doesn't work, can I just go out the door the same turn? Or do I have to...
Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
If you would like to go out the door, I will having you have to like open a door. I'm gonna consider it like basically difficult terrain, and I will have you just have your movement for that round. But it's only like 5 feet to the door. If you would like to go out the window, you will have to make me an acrobatics check. So you may do whichever you prefer. So if you go out the window, you will have all of your movement, but you have to pass the check. If you would like to go out the door, there's no check to pass, but you will just have your movement.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go out the window.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna break through the window. Okay, come on, give Papa the role that he wants, and that is, okay, a 14.
14.
A 14.
All right, cool.
I bust through the window.
I'll say you bust through the window, and since it's a tiny bit on the lower side, I will say you take 2 points of piercing damage from some glass.
Did I look cool doing it?
You looked very
DM,
cool
did I look...
it.
Yes, okay. That's
If
all
you
that
would like,
matters.
you can describe to me what it looks like as Lunan
Okay.
dives through and absolutely fucking shatters this window.
So, I bust through the window. Well, okay, so I stand there. I'm holding this bowl of soup.
Oh my
And I see her. And then, with a tearful look in my eye, I throw the soup to the side. And I book it to the window. And I go head first. I go whoosh, and I break through the glass, and I do a somersault, and I come down, and I go like you know when Captain America lands, like that's
You
how
do a
Lunan.
superhero landing?
Yeah. And I look up, and then can I cast a spell?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna cast Call Lightning.
Okay.
I'm gonna blah blah blah. She's within 60 feet of me, right? Because she was like right outside the window.
Yeah, she's probably
Okay.
within about like 10 feet of you.
Okay. So then blah blah blah. Storm cloud appeared within the shape of a cylinder, blah blah blah, 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius, centered in the point directly above me. And I can choose the point where the lightning goes, and it is a dex save.
Cool.
And she takes half damage on a successful save. And I'm casting it at the 4th level spell slot.
Cool. Dex save, you said?
Yes.
That's bad. That's going to be an 8, so she fails.
Okay. I will roll. Oh my god. Okay, she takes 24 damage.
24 damage.
Yes.
Okay. What does it look like as Luna does this?
Just fucking cool. Period.
Just
fucking cool.
Lunan has never looked cooler.
Amazing. Yeah, she sort of like is just pushed back a little bit as she's just fucking hit with this absolutely devastating lightning damage. She looked like her fur is a little like singed.
Did she have a little?
Absolutely. And yeah, she's just sort of just glaring you down. She looks decently hurt.
Yes.
All right, is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Cool. A little ways down the stone path, you see sort of beginning to rise out of the ground. A large stone construct that is probably like 70 feet away, that just slowly starts making its way toward the house.
Great.
And so you
Like
see
a golem?
That, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we
Don't use that word. We call it a construct.
Okay.
And so yeah, so you see one construct on one side coming toward you, and you hear a loud, stony, crackling noise behind you, and about 70 feet in the other direction, another construct appears as it is formed out of the ground, and also begins making its way toward you. So they each start 70 feet away, so then they move to be, 40 feet away? Yeah, by the end of each of their turns, they're about 40 feet away in either direction.
Great. Guys, I apologize for this. I asked him to fuck up our shit, and I didn't realize he was going to do this. I meant like emotionally.
Oh, you said that.
I
Like,
am
that's not
taking
gonna be
this
included.
emotionally.
You say that like I don't have plans to make this end in emotional fucking up.
Oh, good God.
That is going to be Table's turn.
Oh, table.
Tables have turned.
Oh, how the turns
No.
table.
No.
You know what they say about D&D. When you start playing and the table becomes sentient and then it, like, fucks your shit up. God, I'm sure it happens in every party, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do not think that's the same.
I don't think you get around enough, Braeden.
I definitely don't anymore.
We're just
I'm
gonna keep
sorry.
going. We don't have that much time. We zoom right past that one.
T.
Uh-huh.
What is your armor class?
My armor is 15.
Cool.
No. You leave my junior adventurer alone.
You leave my junior adventurer alone. Glory, glory.
So, does 25 hit?
Maybe.
The table is going to sort of sway back and forth for a moment before it abruptly sort of turns a bit, and right the corner of the table is just shoved directly like into your gut. So you are going to take 9 points of damage.
What?
9 points of bludgeoning damage, specifically. And that is the table's turn. So Zach, that's gonna be you.
Alright, so, because Thea is running away, Zach is going to shout at her, 2 constructs, one 7 foot, or 70 feet, or 40 feet that way, one 40 feet that way, in the direction you're heading with Jack. And then as he's
It
doing...
is actually in the opposite. She's going after Jack.
Okay. As he's doing that, he's going to cast... I think I have that spell. Hold on, double check. I do. Okay, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself, and then run out and attack the cat lady.
Cool. Are you also going through the window, or are you going through the door?
The window's broken now, so I'm assuming it's much easier to get through.
It's easier. You do still have to, like, jump through the window. It will be a lower DC because you don't have to break it. but you would still have to make an acrobatics check.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. 14.
14? Yeah, 14 makes it.
Cool. So yeah, he's gonna go out and he's going to attack the lady. Uh, 24 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, and then of course he's gonna add a smite, because, you know, why wouldn't he? He's gonna second level smite it to really do some damage.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could remember how many fucking dice I need to roll. Okay. These two, because great weapon fighting. That didn't help much. Okay.
Excuse me.
19 points of damage on the first hit.
Cool.
Uh, 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Alright, and then no smite on this one, just regular hit. 10 points of damage.
She is looking fucked up. What does it look like as you hit? Any fun spice?
Yeah, it's not a scythe, but he's gonna like put like a Maka swing on it and like swing it over his head and like
Very sexy.
yeah.
So you hit her twice. She's stumbling backwards. She's bleeding a lot. Her very nice wizarding robes are getting completely ruined as she looks up at you and hisses. Lunan and Zach, make me perception checks, please.
Every day I wake up. Oh shit! I keep trying to like put. Okay. That is okay. I can click buttons. It was perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my perception. I got a 23.
23. You hear, you cannot see, but you do hear that same noise of that, like, stone grating against itself, somewhere in the near vicinity of what you recognize to be, probably another construct being created that you aren't sure exactly where it is. It's not in your line of sight.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Cool. With that, the wizard is going to, and she hisses at Zach, and she briefly disappears in a sort of like puff of like fur. So she's not, this is not that like same teleportation spell that you guys have seen a few times. This appears to be just another sort of quick transportation as she disappears in a puff of fur and then reappears about 30 feet away. So she is close to the golem that, or close to the construct that is the first one that appeared. And she then turns and continues to run down the road away from you. And so she gets in total about 60 feet away down the road. And
What was it?
do you want me to just tell you for meta reasons?
Well, no, because Zach is Sentinel, so I wanted to see if she could get away with that.
What would Sentinel stop?
Any opportunity attacks.
She did not take any opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she just took her turn and just it's like, get me the fuck out of here before I die. That is going to be Tat.
Yay!
Hey.
Alrighty, so what am I closest to?
You are still in the house, so you are closest currently to the animated table. You are also pretty close to both the front door and the windows, but the wizard has run away now, so in terms of enemies, the closest thing here is the table.
I was gonna say, wasn't there stuff in the kitchen too?
You heard some noises in the kitchen, which is about 15 feet to your right behind a door. But
Would I be leaving? Would the table be able to hurt me if I went to the kitchen?
Considering the fact, I will say, since the table just attacked T, who is to your right, you would be leaving the table's threatened area if you were to head to the kitchen, so it would be able to get an opportunity attack on you.
I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
All right.
Someone keeps burping. I think there's a ghost in my room.
Does a 20 hit?
Yeah, it does.
You hate to see it. Tables are so overpowered these days.
Tell me about
It's a well-made table.
Those DMs that make those well-made tables.
You know, in
I didn't make
D&D
the table. Jack's dad made the table.
You know, in D&D 5e, when like the table class is just super overpowered. God.
Braeden, for the one shot, I'm actually gonna be playing a table.
Oh, okay. Got it.
The one thing, you know, tables were like fine in D&D 1, but like, you know, when the third edition, I really thought they were gonna nerf them after that, but it just keeps getting worse.
You know what I think is really funny is that most of us have never had to play anything but D5.
Yeah.
You take 19 points of damage
19 points of damage?
from the table.
I'm sorry, you said 19?
I
I'm
said
sorry.
19,
Did you mean
9?
when you said 19, did you really mean that the table missed?
No.
Okay, cool, man.
As you go to run by the table, it like sticks its leg out, trips you, and you hit your head on the corner of it.
Oh, God.
So you're still able to continue running, but that hurt.
Yeah.
It deserves low key.
I'm gonna keep going into the kitchen.
Cool.
I'm gonna get fucked, aren't I?
You open up the door and you see the like wood burning stove.
River.
River. You see the wood burning stove rattling and like beginning to move and come to life. You also see like directly next to you a kitchen knife is also rattling and like sort of starting to lift up off of the kitchen counter.
Is there a doorway into, or is there a door
There's a door into the kitchen, yes.
Cool. I would like to close the door and be on the side with the table.
Cool.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Good choice.
The options are table or knife.
So I've done my movement. I have my object interaction. It is now time to attack that fucking table, I guess.
All right. Go ahead.
Cool. I'm gonna. So where I'm at right now, how close am I?
I would say you are. I would have you move another 5 feet to get within striking range of the table.
All right. Well, then in that case, I am not going to move, and I'm going to use my short bow
Cool.
to attack. Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it does.
Sexy. Ooh, fuck yeah. 11.
For damage?
Yeah, 11 damage.
All right.
I-
You shot a crossbow, yeah?
Short
Or
bow.
A short bow?
Additionally, I would like to hide in a way that I can also hold that door shut.
Okay. I'll say there's a little like side table like next to the door, so I will allow you, if you would like to like scoot that table just a little bit in front of the door and then also hide underneath it. I'll let you do
Yeah,
that. Cool.
that
Go
works for
ahead,
me.
make me a stealth check.
Of course.
And you've got a couple arrows are now sticking wedged into the table, and it's got like a little bit of a crack in it.
28 stealth.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking hidden.
Look
Look at her face.
You're the bad guy.
She's casting spells.
She is. Cool. Is that it for your turn?
Mm-hmm. That is all I could possibly do.
Cool. Lunan, what was your perception? Your last perception check that you gave me?
23.
23. I'll just let that carry over. You hear again that noise of stone grating upon itself as you hear again out of your line of sight, but somewhere vaguely nearby, another construct arises.
Under his feet.
Not under his feet.
Under my dogs.
No, he's just it's around somewhere you can't see.
That makes me so nervy.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Quick, give him a
You
kiss.
asked for this.
Oh, did it work?
No.
Fuck.
That's the person you can't see.
They didn't legalize gay marriage for this, guys. You have to be nicer. Obama wouldn't have wanted this. I like that I did not hear Braeden on the thing, but I just heard him across the hallway.
I want you guys to know that I miss Obama.
We will not take any further steps in the direction of politics just for safety.
And brevity.
But I agree.
Yes. Everyone who is still in the house, you see Jack wiggle out of Thea's arms and
Oh.
grab his little wooden sword and go stand next to Sponge and yell, "I'll help you, Auntie Sponge," as he goes to hit the table with his little sword.
If you hurt that little boy. If you hurt that
be
little
fine.
boy, you're
He'll
sleeping
be
in the
fine.
car.
Not even the
Whoa.
couch. Not even the couch.
We don't have a couch.
I'll sleep in the recliner.
Not even the
I have a
bathtub.
car.
Hey, you know what? I think you should risk it.
Also, for our audience, I'm joking. I would not do that to him. But
He will be fine.
Maybe the bathtub. Then.
He does a very slight, like, he hits a wooden table with a wooden sword, and it just makes the noise of, like, wood hitting wood, and that's about it. But he like stands back up and looks very proud of himself as he like turns and like looks up at Sponge like, did you see? Did I do good? And that is going to be a person that you cannot shoot. And that is going to be T.
Oh, he didn't give it any damage? Oh, man.
No.
I'm gonna cast Produce Flame.
Cool. Is that is that a save on the table's half, or?
Does a 23 hit?
So, yes, a 23 hits.
I didn't understand what you said about a save, so.
Do you roll an attack, or does the table have to roll a saving throw?
I think the table had to roll a saving throw, right?
Oh.
Wait.
I don't know.
I got it.
Gosh,
It says
damn.
+7. I pressed it, and it came to 23.
If it has a plus, then that is probably an attack roll, a spell attack.
It's an attack.
It's an attack? Okay, so yes, so that does hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
2d8s.
And 5 damage.
7.
7 points fire damage, and I will say, I don't know if it says it on here, but it's a wooden table, so I'm going to say it is vulnerable to fire damage, so it is going to take double that.
Woohoo!
So it is a very charred looking table now, but it is still moving around.
Oh, good for him.
Come on.
Are you going to take any movement or bonus action?
I am going. Wait, where are Sponge and Jack?
Sponge and Jack are directly across from you on the other side of the table.
And where is Tat on the other side of the table too?
Tat has, last you saw him, moved past you toward the kitchen. And you as a player will know that he's hiding in front of the kitchen door, but you as a character cannot see him currently.
Can I move out of the table's striking distance?
Is disengage an action or bonus action?
It's an
For
action.
anybody that's not a rogue, it's an action.
Cool. So if you move out of striking distance of the table, it will get an attack of opportunity on you. So if you stay where you are, you'll be good. But if you move out of its threatened area, it will be able to. Actually, that is not true. It has already used its reaction on Tat in this round. So
Yeah.
yes, you can move away from the table.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna move away from the table.
Are you moving anywhere specific or just generally away? Like, are you going to go outside? Are you going to go to the other side? Like, let me know what direction you're heading in. It's a pretty small room, so like
I'm gonna
there's-
head towards Sponge and Jack.
towards Sponge Jack. Okay, so you go around. Cool. But ending up still outside of the threatened sphere of the table.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think so. I don't think I have any bonus actions I can do, so.
Cool. Alright, that person's not around. That person's not around. Lunan, you hear that noise again.
Shut.
2 more times. They sound further in the distance. But you do hear it.
6. What did I ever do to you?
You asked me to do this.
I didn't ask for this.
Yeah,
This
why are
is-
you taking this out on the
Is
rest?
this punishment? Is this punishment for falling asleep last session? Because I said I was sorry. I invited you to my Minecraft realm.
Did you take into account what I've been through today?
No. So
You take-
anyway,
A joke. Mostly.
cool. You also see running up, passing by the wizard that is about 60 feet away from you, literally like sprinting toward you all. You see Tegan.
Oh my god. I'm gonna puke and throw up.
Yeah,
Isn't that the
so-
same thing twice?
Shut the fuck up. Whose side are you on?
Certainly not puke and throw up side.
Well, guess I have to come kill you.
Hey, that's super unsettling as we live together.
No, as a character.
Oh,
I'm not gonna come kill you.
Then he'd have to pay
Good.
rent. Like,
God.
come on.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got past that.
So Tegan is going to use his full action to dash and will end up about, let's see, you ended closest to the wizard last?
Yes.
10 feet in front of Zach and probably about like 15 feet in front of Lunan. And just has used, you know, his stuff, but once he gets there, he sort of gives you all a smirk and is like, well, I guess you all are in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Fucking gross.
I guess you're in your mom. Mm.
Does Lunan say that?
Yeah.
He looks very like caught off guard and like doesn't know what he's like.
No, wait.
The fuck?
I reckon we're actually in exactly the right spot.
I reckon.
I reckon.
Alright.
Alright.
He's like, well, alright. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Why?
Some sort of vendetta.
I'm gonna enjoy your mom.
Zach's current hit, AC is 14.
It's 14.
Yes, because of thing.
Okay. Thank you. Just, yeah, that's cool. That is going to be Sponge. Sponge is going to, anybody who's still in that room, which I believe is T and Tat, you are going to see a sort of like, she gets a very like fiery look in her eyes, and you just see her sort of like tense all of her muscles as she pulls out her great axe, or her, is it great axe or battle axe? But anyway, her axe. As she is going to take a quick swing at the table. Where's the fucking thing? That is going to, oh, actually, she's pretty good. And she definitely fucking hits. So. takes 2 just huge swings at the table. The first one puts a huge crack down it as her axe sort of is wedged in the wood for a moment before she wrenches it out and hits it one more time to just completely crack the table in half and fully like splinter the wood. It is down for the count before she turns to Jack, who is standing right by her. Just as she begins moving, just scoops him up and scoops Jack up in one arm as she puts her axe back on her back as she turns to move toward the back door and also scoops Thea up in the other arm and begins running toward the back door. Tat, you are under the table that is in front of the kitchen door.
Yeah.
Are you against the door yourself?
Whatever's gonna help brace that door most.
Two 18s.
Oh, good, dear God.
It's a +4, so does a 22 hit?
Fuck. Yeah.
Cool. Don't worry, it's not gonna
Fuck.
be. It's not much. It's just that is going to be. You take 3 points of piercing damage as the knife pierces through the wood of the door. So just the sort of end of it catches and stabs into your arm.
Just the tip, would you say?
Just the tip.
There's a website for that. Drop the link down below.
No.
Oh, please don't drop the link.
It's very funny that he chose to torture us in this way because he also is frustratingly bad at running combat when there's a million things on the
hate
board.
running combat like bitch.
So he did this to himself.
I did. I'm torturing all of you, but I'm also torturing me. So I feel like that makes it better.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
The emotional torment that I'm going.
You
What do I
once
get?
again here. Quite far in the distance. This one sounds like it could even be like almost on the other side of town. You hear that once again, familiar noise. And I'm gonna continue, since we are still in the same round, I'm gonna continue carrying that perception check over. You begin to hear like screaming throughout the town.
Oh, chaos. Great.
Chaos is coming.
You could say that.
I'm gonna beat
You
this
could
motherfucker.
fuck off and leave me alone. Get a job.
So you want me to puke and throw up?
Please no.
Do you want me to do the
I love
same
you
thing?
very, very much.
I will do the same thing twice.
Let's see, who's still in the room? T and Tat.
And Baron and Olpa.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying to them because they hear. You hear a noise coming from the living room where you remember seeing a like display like suit of armor.
Oh, come on.
That was probably like a family heirloom.
Is there a door to the living room?
There is a door to the living room. You begin to hear like the clanking noises of plate armor.
T. Close that door. Bar that shit up.
Can I close the door?
On your turn, you may.
Okay.
It does not make it into the room yet. So, that is going to be Baron's turn. He is going to look at the window for a moment after seeing a couple people dive through it and just sort of like make a face like, and just walk over to the front door and open it and leave it open and just walk through to end up outside with Lunan and Zach. And he is going to That's pretty fun. He is going to just point at Tegan and go, right, well, fuck off. And is going to cast Mental Prison on him. So he has to make a save. Which he fails. So he's going to take.
Ugh. Heavens to Betsy. I gotta tinkle real quick. I'll be right back.
Have fun, don't drown.
TinkerTat.
Uh-huh.
And this is unrelated while we're waiting. So for wild shapes, what's the biggest thing I could turn into?
Bear.
That is an excellent
Because it also depends on what I've seen. I don't know what I would have seen either. I have to see it twice.
That is an excellent
Because I grew up in the
point.
woods, so I figured I've seen a lot of animals, but I don't know. Like,
I would say
so-
you've been around with with Zach and T for a little bit. I would say you've seen a lot of stuff.
so I'm trying to
about
kind of look at the biggest thing I can turn into. Because I'm at the 8th level. So that's pretty much like the biggest thingamabob, but I can't find a beast I can turn into a giant wolf spider.
So you can what like challenge rating can you turn into? Is it a challenge rating of
Oh.
is it 1? Because are you
Yeah, challenge rating 1.
Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff that you could be. So I've got a little list. You could be a bear.
I can be a dire wolf?
I will
River
have
of
you.
Bear?
I will have you. here's what we'll do because of memory reasons. For most of this stuff, since you've just been around doing a bunch of adventuring, I will have you roll me just like a luck check to see if you have seen it.
Gotcha.
And are familiar with the creature. So you see Baron cast this spell at Tegan. And so he is, what is the fuck does this do? You see sort of like his eyes like cloud over with darkness as he sort of looks around him and begins moving as if there is something that only he can see that is starting to like bind him and like pull him down towards the ground. So he is going to take a good chunk of damage from that. And he is restrained for the duration of that spell.
This is the monk.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about what was name really quick. I had to give him cuddles.
Cool. Lunan. Once again.
What do you want? What do you want from me?
You hear
God damn it, man.
you hear the
What
noise
am
of
I-
another construct being created somewhere in the town.
God.
I would like you to keep in mind, these are not all like close to you. Because you rolled such a high perception, you can hear like to the other side of town. But
This is big elf ears.
his big ass ears.
What are your elf
Big
ears here?
Slap my ass and call me Dumbo. God damn it. God.
Oh, big ears. I thought you were just saying that just completely apropos of nothing.
Fully out of context. Just
That checks out for me too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So no, I don't blame that.
Cool. Ulva's turn. She is going to. What is she going to do? Actually.
Yeah, what is she gonna fucking do? Nothing, bitch.
Let's see who's still in the room. Tat and T, if you would like to make me an insight check on her, you're welcome to. Just for spice.
insight check? Absolutely. I will insight this check real quick.
Oh, don't incite my check. Please don't.
Ooh, that's pretty bad. 13. My passive insight is 14, if that helps.
It doesn't. 17. T, you absolutely notice this. Tat, you are a little distracted by a knife in your arm, but you see a little bit. You see as she looks down at this absolutely destroyed table, you just see a look of sadness and almost longing on her face for a moment, as she looks at the a table that her husband made, who she hasn't seen in a
Oh.
while. I'm just giving you that information so something will hurt more later.
Oh god,
Don't say that.
don't say that. Like it'll hurt more.
Yeah, turn into an eagle and go find your husband.
Good luck. So, yeah, she has a quick moment of that before she sort of steels herself, looks around because she does not have her armor on. She does not have her sword directly on her person. So she turns around, grabs a sword that had been like hanging on the wall as decoration, and goes and runs. First yells to you who are left in the room. She yells to you all, "Get out of here. I'm sure you can protect yourselves just fine. Don't be stupid." And then runs a bit ahead of Sponge to sort of go through the door and basically clear a safe path for Sponge and Jack and Thea to make their way out of the house.
Are they going through the front door?
They are going through the back door.
Oh, through the back door.
Yeah. Lunan,
Braeden, people are dying.
you want to hear 2 more constructs.
Everything hurts.
That's it. And we are now at the top of initiative. So,
Oh boy, oh
we
boy.
have gone through 1 round. It is
That was one fucking
one
round.
fucking round.
You're a liar. You're a dirty liar.
I wish I was.
I've heard that from a million of you boys. Sorry.
How many, Braeden? We'll unpack that later.
Okay. It is later than our cutoff time normally is. Would we like to put a pin in this? Here's the options I would like to give you all. We can put a pin in this and just fully pick up from here next time with our combat. You also could, if you decide that you're going to try and just get out of town, let me know that now. And if you want to take like the 15, maybe 20 minutes, we can speed through that a little bit and it wouldn't take as long.
If we're just trying to get the fuck out of town,
I think that's our best option. Like, there are like 12 constructs. I've been counting.
There's 10.
There's 10.
Can we bring Jack and
They have gone in the opposite direction.
I mean, like I have no shame in running. So if we're running, let's fucking.
I can absolutely turn into a giant eagle, and I can fly you guys away.
I don't think that's true.
It is.
I'm hearing.
It is true.
Yeah, he can carry 2 people. Honestly,
And you
3
can-
if you're carrying Tat's not a person.
Also,
I'm sorry. Wait. Let's back that fucking.
And we can leave Baron behind, right? Because he's
Baron
gone.
can teleport.
Oh, thank God.
as
So he's
well.
fine.
So,
And he should actually be able to take people with him.
yes. He can teleport
Oh,
and
so-
bring people with him.
So we can put TinkerTat in like one of those little baby carriers on his back, and they can teleport, and I can carry Zakkas and T on my giant bird back.
Can Baron do all of us? Because he did all of us before.
Well, I don't know if Baron did all of us.
Braeden, get your head
Sure
out
would
of the
like to.
gutter.
I'm saying.
Let me double check my as well.
There are people dying.
Up to
There are
6.
people
So
dying.
yes, he would be able to take the party.
Oh, okay.
can he take everyone, including Thea?
He would not be able to take everyone. So
Wait.
there
Who-
are the 4 party members and him. You could bring 1 more person. But you would have to get to them.
Oh, Baron can't just put a portal under someone.
No, everyone has to be standing unless he were to cast multiple teleportation spells, which would take more time and would mean that you guys would have to like continue to fight. But if you want to all just get to Baron and teleport out of there, I will allow you to do that.
Ooh, this whole cutting and running thing is super my specialty, but it does not feel good.
Mm-mm. Especially because we've got friends that are running in the opposite direction.
Well, I don't care about them.
I just care about the little boy.
Yeah, super not my concern.
Yeah, all right, that checks out.
Mostly me. Mostly I'm concerned about. Is Zach's sister is she running with the other people, or is she
Yeah.
here with? Oh, then they're fine. So let's just fucking split. Right?
Yeah.
Zach, what are you feeling?
Torn.
I'm sorry, what the hell did you say?
Torn.
Porn, not. I thought he said porn too.
Torn
So wait,
with a T.
Torn.
I heard an
You
H or a
fucking
P,
animals.
but then it was no.
No.
Things happen. I've grown. People are dying.
Things happen. Wrong.
It's not the best, and it's going to really hurt Zach, but I think... well, actually, Zach only knows about 2 of the constructs.
Yeah, you had a pretty low perception, right?
So he only knows about the first 2.
I will say at this point, though, you are able to hear screaming throughout the town.
I mean, but it's just like a little scream.
And you can smell smoke.
I can also say that Lunan kind of like, because Zach is close to Lunan, right?
Yeah, you're within 5 feet of each other.
And Lunan kind of like gives him this look of like, just like terror and like we gotta leave, like we have got to leave.
I mean, leaving is what makes the most sense.
I mean, we gotta be other places too. We can't save them all.
You have to make a
I'm
choice.
pretty-
Somebody try to persuade Zach to go.
Absolutely.
If Lunan cries, is that enough persuasion?
I have a
Potentially.
+2. I have a +2 to persuasion.
Here's what we'll do. Set a DC in your head. And everyone who would like to try, make a persuasion check.
Everyone.
Whoever would like to attempt to persuade Zach. Make a check, and also let us know what you're doing, and if anything is particularly effective and you want to give somebody advantage, let them know.
Is Baron also on that list?
No.
I want to paint a picture for Zach,
Okay.
because Zach outside of the house right now, right?
Yeah.
Zach looks through the window of the house and sees Tat and his little, with his little gnome body, just
Sorry.
pinning himself up against that door, trying to keep a stove and a knife and whatever else from coming into the room. The only thing between him and what has to be the worst possible shit is just a door.
Beating the Beast got weird.
And I will add, for a little bit of spice, a bit of smoke is starting to seep out from underneath the door frame as the stove heats up behind them.
And and Tat is just looking directly at Zach for the go-ahead to fuck on off out of here.
I'll say Lunan
Like
also.
Tat will absolutely, like, I feel like Zach definitely gets from this that Tat will absolutely stay if Zach says so,
Yeah.
but Tat is ready no matter what. I did roll a 21 on my perception.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you.
No, you're good. I figured it was probably the cat or something.
No, full disclosure, and we won't get into it. My grandpa died today, and one of my uncles just posted on Facebook, "Rip Dad."
And that's it.
That's it.
And it said, "Is feeling sad."
I love Facebook.
I'm good.
so-
I'm fine. His sister just texted me that, and I couldn't stop looking at it.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather.
Thank you. Anyway, yes, that that beats the DC.
Well, and if you need more, T
Go
is
for it.
also frantically looking at the door to the, the living room or whatever,
Yeah.
Mhm.
where there's the suit of armor that's slowly heading towards them.
Yeah, you could hear the
Clang.
clanking of the armor.
If you want to make it worse, Lunan looks like he's about to cry and he's holding his hands over his ears because he can't stop hearing the screaming.
Oh my god.
And Baron, having just cast a spell to incapacitate the monk, just sort of turns over his shoulder to look at Zach and is like, "I can get us all out of here. Just tell me when."
T's gonna shout out, "Baron, teleport us."
Yeah. Zach will look in the direction of the town, let out a very heavy sigh, like, "Do it."
Cool. So I will give you all the moment for T and Tat to run out of the house and get in the sort of huddle. And we
What
will have
about
that.
Clip Clop?
Your
Clop's
horses
gonna fucking die.
are still in this town. That actually is a good point.
But we're not
Fuck.
anywhere near him.
You're nowhere near your horses.
Well, fuck you guys. I'm going with my fucking clip clop.
Are you for real?
Is that going to change what you're
That
doing?
is your priority?
My horse? I'm sorry.
I have a question
Let-
for you.
Yeah.
Would you have like brought and left Clip Clop like by the house? If you would like to
Yeah, where
retcon
else
and
would our
say
horses be?
they would probably they would either still be near the temple or they would be in front of the house. If you would like
They'd
to
be at the
say if you would like to say that your horses are in front of the house, we can do that. You may add one more creature to
I
this
am-
teleportation circle.
So either we have to ride out of here or we have to teleport out of here.
How
Correct.
close are we to an exit gate?
You are very near the center of town.
Jesus Christ.
We would not make it out.
No.
There is at least one construct between you and a safe exit.
Wait, how many people can Baron teleport?
He can teleport 6 creatures. So the 5 of you in the party,
3.
and he could take Clip Clop, but only Clip Clop, not any of the other horses. Actually, is it? Actually,
Oh, I know what we
hold
can
on.
do.
It is
Lunan can turn into a giant eagle and fly with me and with T and Tat. Baron can teleport the horses and Zach.
Does that work mathematically?
Should.
I'm checking real quick to make sure if it is 6 creatures in total, or if it is the caster plus 6 creatures. You and up to 6 willing creatures. So it would be Baron plus 6.
So, I mean, that would work with if Baron does Zach, teleports Zach and the horses, and then Lunan transforms and carries T and I.
How many horses do you have? Do you have 4? 4 horses?
Yes. Because we each have
Yeah.
horse.
Yeah, because Baron doesn't have a horse. No. 4 plus Zach. So that would be the 5 creatures. And then Lunan would carry you two just flying out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Zach's not letting himself be teleported if he can be present. So he's not going to take in his mind, the pussy way out.
Okay.
He wants to be able to fight. It's not a pussy way out, but in his mind, it is.
So, what can
So would
can
Zach
Lunan?
like to be carried out
Yeah.
eagle-wise instead?
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
like Lord of the Rings.
Alright, so who wants to go with Baron and the horses?
I'll go with Baron and the
You want to go
horses.
be with your stupid fucking horse, Braeden?
Yeah, fucking Braeden, Jesus.
Gonna make it complicated.
People are dying, Braeden.
I was gonna be, the good Samwise and go with Frodo with the eagle, but I mean, it's whatever you guys want to do.
You want to get on the eagle? You can get on the eagle.
Yeah, I'll come on the. That was the plan. Is that I don't like being the first one to leave.
You're gonna do what to the eagle?
I had that thought too.
There's a website.
Who's
He's gonna
closer
die
to Baron?
Cool.
Who's closer
get
to
out of
Baron?
here.
Who's closest to Baron?
Between everybody, or between like you and Tat?
Well, Tat and I are both still in the house.
Yes.
Where's Lunan and where's Zach and where's Baron?
Lunan and Zach are both within 5 feet of
They're both within 5 feet of Baron.
Baron.
Like, so I mean, the thing is that while Zach is closest, Zach would not technically be a willing creature, right? Because Zach does not want to be. So, so I think is T or I closer to Baron?
Out of the two of you, I think T is closer.
So T would have to get close enough to Baron to teleport, and I would then have to get out to get with Lunan and Zach.
Yes.
Okay.
I will also note, just so you are all aware with doing this, it would be Baron plus, if you add, who's going with him and the horses, that is 5 creatures. Just as a thing for you to know, Tegan is technically within the range. If you, I'm just to put it as an option, if you wanted to try to bring him with you for information or anything like that, you would be able to add him as one of the creatures. But
I mean, if he has to make some sort of check with that, right?
Yeah.
yes, but he would make it at a disadvantage right now because he is incapacitated, basically.
Okay, I mean,
Let's try to take him with us.
I think that's a great idea.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lunan, you are wild shaping into an eagle, and you are grabbing Tat and Zach. Yes.
Yes.
Cool. And do you have to do any sort of athletics check to
No.
hold people, or are you just
You should just be able
you're
to.
just good? Okay, cool. So you're able
Yeah, I'm
to
just a big bird.
you are able to grab them. Baron will shift a little bit to get a little bit like closer to the horses as but for communication purposes, Tat, do you say anything like don't forget the horses or
Yeah, don't forget the horses.
Baron's like
Baron's like, what the fuck? The horses?
Ridiculous, but we'll move a little bit closer. We'll wait a moment for who's gonna be T is
T.
T's
Yeah.
the only person who
It's
so
T and the horses.
waits for T to get there, gets close enough to the horses, and will sort of yell back as you all are, as Lunan is wild shaping and you are all clambering onto his back. Will yell back like, do we want to take the monk and try and get something out of him?
Yeah.
Do it.
Fuck yeah.
I say yes, but like a bird.
Alright.
Where are we meeting?
I'm gonna just go as far as I need to get outside of the bounds of the town. You might have to do a bit of looking because the further I go, the less accurate it is. But we'll be... Actually, you tell me how far.
I mean, Lunan, how far and how long can you go for?
That's what she said.
People are dying. My flight speed is 80 feet, and I'm not seeing any limitations as long as it doesn't exceed 4 hours.
Okay.
I can stay in that shape.
So yeah, you can go quite a distance. So how far would you like to try to go? Because I would say I'll give you like a maximum range. I would say you can get a little more than halfway to the next town of Gelgrez with your eagle form.
What direction, based on the map, is everybody else heading in?
Based off the map, everybody else is heading like north, a little bit northwest. But that they're just leaving the house. So you're unsure where they're going to go after that. You would be able to see as you were flying overhead where they go from there. But as of this exact moment, you do not know what the plan is.
Damn. Zach's ring doesn't work today. Alright, yeah. So we'll just go that way.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, just sort of shout out like in the if you just let him know, go in the direction of the next town. He will do that, and I will roll to see how close to get. So we'll be within 300 feet of the goal. So, and T, I assume you are allowing the teleportation to happen.
Yes.
I will also assume that the horses don't know what's happening, so they don't know to resist, so we'll consider them willing.
Yes.
And Tegan is going to roll at disadvantage, and he got a nat 1, so he's coming along.
Yeah.
Finally, something good.
As Zach and Tat, as you get onto Lunan's back and he begins to flap his wings and start taking off, you see, Baron and T give you like one last look and a like nod of like it's gonna be okay as he begins to cast, and you see for once, as you're seeing this spell not being used negatively against you, it's actually quite pretty. You see a lovely, like, a circle of white light and what seems to be like runes appearing on the ground that also cast light up, that then begins to envelop all of the creatures within it, as they then disappear as the light dissipates.
Okay.
As you all begin flying out of town, make me some perception checks to see if you can see sort of what's going on as you go.
Oh, and I have different perception now because I'm a bird. I have advantage.
Sexy.
I got a piss poor perception, which would be a 4.
A 4. You
Yeah.
just see. You're mostly blocked by like Lunan's feathers. You are able to see smoke rising from the town.
Cool.
Am I doing a perception?
You are not, because you are now miles away.
Okay.
I got an 11.
An 11. Okay, cool.
I got a 22.
22.
Damn.
Zach, you are able to take sort of a glance around the town, but as you get higher and higher, you see less and less. You do see Thea, Sponge, Jack, all get out of the back of the house. You don't see anyone immediately around them. You, in the like last like as you get further, the last like clear thing you can see, you do see Thea look up and very briefly almost make like eye contact with you, and you can almost see her breathe what seems to be a sigh of relief as she sees you heading out safe. And other than that, you are able to see nearly a dozen stone constructs going through the entire town, causing chaos. You see them smashing up buildings. They don't appear to necessarily be directly attacking people. But you see scattered around town, you see several what appear to be just normal townspeople that are casting spells and lighting houses on fire. You see citizens fighting each other. You do see in a little building which you would recognize as probably the library, you see notebooks being thrown out of one of the windows to land in a small pile, as someone else stands next to that pile and begins sort of like sorting through them and stacking them up for some sort of purpose. And that's about all that you are able to get as you fly over. Lunan, you can see what's going on for longer. You see everything that Zach saw. You see Thea, Sponge, Alva, Jack. They all get out of the house. They begin moving in like a northward direction. You see Thea sort of standing behind Sponge, with Jack now on her back, as Sponge begins sort of like cutting through any enemies that appear in front of them, and Thea casts spells from a safer position behind, as Alva sort of pulls up the rear and also is attacking anybody that comes near them. And one second to see how this goes. They appear to be holding their own, and are slowly sort of making their way out of town. As they get near the edge, you see they all pause for a moment and sort of have a bit of a huddle. You see Alva break away and move to go back deeper into the town again. You see Thea and Sponge, still with Jack, begin to make their way out of town when a newly healed up Tabaxi wizard comes across their path. And you see spells and blows being exchanged. Again, they are holding their own, but they are more evenly matched than expected. And you see finally a spell cast at Thea as she falls unconscious to the ground. You then see Sponge in even more of a rage than she already was, just cut down the wizard before immediately dropping her axe and running to Thea's side and desperately searching through the pouches on her belt before finally producing a potion and sort of gently tilting her head back, pouring it into her mouth as you see Thea begin to cough and sputter and wake up. She looks quite worse for wear, but is still conscious as Sponge sort of lifts her up, bridal style, as Jack is walking next to them, still holding his little wooden sword and wooden shield, as the three of them sort of limp their way just outside of town and begin moving to safety. So, you all on the Eagle, on Lunan, spend the next about 4 hours flying in the direction of T and Baron and the horses and Tegan. And we will pick up with that next session.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, God.
D&D's not fun anymore. Now I'm sad and stressed.
Wow, D&D
but-
isn't all drinking games and tomfoolery.
But it's okay because next week we have
Drinking games and tomfoolery?
drinking. Well, yes, tomfoolery, but next week is my is the one shot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So to anybody who is watching on the 27th next week, Thursday, normal time, 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, Braeden will be running a sort of spooky Wild West one-shot for us for Halloween. So we will all be playing, plus a couple other people. So make sure that you stop on by and watch. It's going to be probably, hopefully, a much more at least start out a lot more lighthearted than we're ending this.
What's her name from D20?
Emily Axford.
That comes in and DMs when it's not Brennan.
Abria Iyengar?
No, that DMs.
Abria.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I could not hear you. That's me next week.
Am I Brennan?
Yeah, that does make you Brennan
Yes.
in this scenario.
If you don't
Which the
have
thing is,
off the wall eyeshadow, I don't want it.
you're saying that I need to have crazy eyeshadow?
Yeah,
Yes.
you just said that you're a Bria
If you're
Iyengar,
Bria.
so...
Well, in an analogy.
I would like to
I
request
just
that you
don't-
do something fun appearance-wise.
Braeden, don't you
Oh,
even
of
worry
course.
about it. We have so many options.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. I have to go to sleep, guys.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
go to sleep
All right.
too.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you next week for the one shots.
Love
Buenas
you.
noches.
Mm.